So I'm going to give a quick review on The Deliverance. And I'm going to get straight to it. First of all, if you are giving an opinion on a movie you have not seen, I find that to be ridiculous. That's like giving your thoughts on a person you have not met. That has happened to me where somebody's like, oh, you shouldn't mess with so-and-so because they this way. And I'm like, have you ever met them? They're like, I'm like, well, what the hell are we talking about? Okay, if you have not seen the movie, your opinion to me is irrelevant and it's not valid. Okay, but I want to talk about what I found good about the movie. I thought the movie was good. I thought it was strong. I thought the acting was very strong, especially from Andra Day, Monique, Glenn Close, Ingenue Ellis, who's from Mississippi and one of my favorite actresses. I was just very impressed with the acting. It was so convincing. It was so believable. And when you see a cast like that, when I saw a cast like that, I'm like, this is a movie I have to watch because I respect all these people as actresses. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably controversial. I thought the movie was a win for Christianity. Oh, yeah, I said it. I thought the movie was a win for Christianity. There were so many themes explored that were just so deep. Just this idea of having faith and moving outside of fear. Ingenue said something to the effect of, when you speak these words, if you don't have faith, then they're just words. And I was like, oh, because we talk about meditating and mantras and affirmations. And if we say it, but we don't believe what we're saying, then it's actually going to be ineffective. So that theme I thought was great. Another reason this movie was a win for Christianity is because it took me back to my traditional roots of being in the church. I remember being a little girl and seeing my mother speak in tongues for the first time. I was confused, but I also knew there was something powerful happen, that some kind of spiritual chains were being broken. If she was in spiritual warfare, she was winning the war when I saw her speak in tongues. And so that moment in the movie was just so powerful. And I saw in an interview that it was actually real. Lee Daniels said the producer, the director, didn't know what was happening when she started speaking in tongues in that scene and wanted to cut the scene. And Lee was like, no, let her go, let it happen because this is real. And it was impactful. Oh, it was so impactful because I think today we're watching church on Facebook Live and we're seeing things and it feels inauthentic. And the holiness and the sincerity of church seems like it's being stolen from us. So to see that, to see this idea of a character being a sinner, a troubled sinner, and she was the one that God was able to use to break chains and make those demons flee. Oh, that was powerful, man. It was a win for Christianity because I'm also thinking about evangelical Christians, the white ones, and how they have gravitated toward Trump and they're trying to gatekeep Christianity. And it makes you wonder, are we serving the same God? Are we talking about the same Jesus? So to see in this movie what felt like black spirituality, black faith being upheld again and honored again, it was refreshing. Andra Day as Ebony was absolutely dynamic. This woman is damn talented. I saw her in Billie Holiday. I think that's the only other movie I've seen her in. But to be able to emote like that and just so convincing and believable on screen, man, she was just freaking amazing. I am such a big fan of hers. I was before and I'm even more of a fan now. I know the character of Glenn Close was controversial, but I would rather her be the villain than the savior. I am so glad that they did not make her the savior at the end. I thought that character was explored interestingly, and it showed the exploitation and cultural appropriation that comes along with white folks and blackness. Now, the relationship between her and Omar Epps, it didn't add anything to the movie for me, but whatever, I get it. It was great to see Monique on screen. She did an excellent job in her role, and of course, she got her little jabs in when she said, "You and your cock-eyed mother." I thought that was funny as hell. And the movie didn't vex my spirit. I watched the movie and then went and got brunch, and I hadn't thought anything else about it in that sense where it had some kind of spiritual stronghold on me. And to know it was inspired by true events, I think it's important to tell that story. A lot of us are dealing with demons in multiple forms. It could come to you through music or video games or whatever you are consuming on television. So to try to demonize a movie and discourage people from watching it is just completely ridiculous in my opinion. But y'all do what you want to do. I just find it odd how you can watch all these housewife shows where they fighting and gossiping and beating on each other. That ain't demonic. Y'all still watching that and giving your reviews and your opinions on that. That ain't demonic. But a movie is demonic. We listen and consume all kind of music that is disturbing to the soul. But I don't see no boycotts and protesting of that. So the selective outrage is a little odd. But again, y'all do what you want to do. But if you don't watch the movie for any other reason, watch it for that scene when Glenn Close told Aunjanue Ellis that she could smell her nappy cooch. I never thought I would see Glenn Close saying those words. And she had the nerve to sniff first. I can smell your nappy cooch. I chuckled for a good 10 minutes during that scene. So if you don't watch the movie for nothing else, watch it for that scene to get you a good laugh in. Anyway, shout out to Lee Daniels. I think he said it took him about 14 years to make the movie and then 2 years to edit it. While y'all are criticizing folks and condemning folks, think about the art and the intention behind it. No individual is perfect. No creative is perfect. But we're so fast to jump to criticize. And sometimes I criticize too, but I do that in private. Everything doesn't need to be said publicly because you are literally shitting on people who have put their heart and soul into a project. So shout out to Lee Daniels and the cast. I thought the movie was very good and I thought it had a lot of meaning and impact to it. And I appreciate it. The Deliverance. Watch it.